Alright, so today we're taking a look at some of the bracelets offered by WatchGecko. That's coming up right after this. So first up, we have this buffet of classic mesh bands. We've got examples of their gold, brown, rose gold, bronze, black, and antique silver offerings. All of these are in 22 millimeter, and it doesn't even cover all the color options that they have on their site. They're also available in different lug widths as well. Now, my hands down favorite out of these is the antique silver finish, which has been pretty much the only thing I've had on my SNZH over the last month. It looks awesome, in my opinion, and it's incredibly comfortable. Now, these feel very solidly built and are super easy to adjust, which is something I think we can all appreciate. As easy as removing link pins, it's just nice not to have them sometimes. So you adjust this clasp and you move it up and down the portion of the bracelet according to your wrist size. Now, I have zero complaints about these classic mesh offerings and 100% recommend them if you're looking for a mesh band. And the best part is they're currently only $31.23, making them a super affordable way to dress up your watch. And you get 10% off when you use the cgwatchfam promo code. All these are 2.8 millimeters thick, but if you're looking for something just a tad thicker, measuring 3 millimeters thick, are offerings like this one, which is the thicker polished mesh band you see here. Now, these slightly thicker ones are $35.69 before the discount, and they share all the same comfort and quality characteristics of the thinner mesh options. Now, if you're looking for some heavy-duty mesh options, you're gonna love the next two I've got here. The first one is a heavy-duty mesh butterfly bracelet in IP black, and this one is the butterfly H-link shark mesh in a satin finish. Now, I paired this one up with my JLC and really enjoyed giving Her Highness a different look, and I wore the H-link shark mesh bracelet on the Seiko Tuna, which I thought it looked amazing on. Now, these both have a different look and feel much more robust with an edgier kind of vibe that I think really suits certain pieces like the Seiko Tuna. Now, they both have a butterfly clasp that click very securely, and they give you the wrist presence and that a band needs to complete your bigger watches. But it does it without adding a ton of weight onto your wrist, which is something I really like about them. The H-Link style on this one has a little more of a badass type of vibe and is my favorite one out of the two, and it also has screw pins instead of push pins for the link connectors, which I think helps give it that beefier kind of look. Both these come in different finishing options and are both currently $53.54 before the CG Watch Fam discount. The last mesh of the group here really gives you a different look than the classic mesh style, and it's the double weave vintage mesh in a satin finish. Now, this one comes in 3 other finishes, including black, and for $31.23 is perfect for those of you out there that are looking for a mesh band but wanted a different weave to the one you see most of the time. If that's you, I think this is a really good option to consider. Now, we're going to take a look at the 2 bracelets that most of you showed interest in when I posted a picture of all these on the channel's Facebook page. I'm going to start with my least favorite out of the 2, and that's the Gecko Solid Oyster bracelet. Now, this one here has a polished and brushed finish. First, the positive, which is that you can fit this bracelet on both 20 and 22 millimeter lugs. Now, they do that by including end links in both those widths, and they include both curved and straight end links in both width options. So in terms of flexibility, I really think it's hard to beat this one. Now, this Oyster is only $31.23, and I wore it with the Orient Bambino, which I actually thought looked kinda cool because I never thought I'd put this piece on a bracelet. In terms of quality, I'm just going to grab the bracelet from the Seiko SNZH. Now, do I think this Oyster is better quality than this Seiko bracelet? No, I don't. Having said that, it's a $30 bracelet, and the only bracelet on the table that feels like the asking price. Everything else I wore felt higher quality than what you're going to be paying for it. So when would I buy this bracelet? Would I buy it to replace an Oyster style bracelet that already came with my Seiko? No, I wouldn't, because I don't think it's an upgrade. Would I get this bracelet if I wanted an Oyster style bracelet for my Seiko that came with a different style bracelet? Yes, sure. If I was looking for a cheap way of getting a different look. But don't expect a bracelet that is overall better quality than the one you would already have on your Seiko. I think it's appropriate quality for the asking price. I'm just not personally a big fan of this one. Last but certainly not least is the Gakoda Super Engineer in a brushed finish. How do I feel about this bracelet? I love it. But that doesn't mean it doesn't have any cons. So now, just like the Oyster, this one is very cool in that you can wear it with a 20 or 22 millimeter lug width watch. And for those bigger watches with thicker pins in it, it also has end links with different pinhole widths to accommodate bigger watches, which I think is a really nice touch. Now, I've been wearing this one on my marathon, and before I get into what I like, I'm going to get into what I don't like. This bracelet has push pins, and I would have preferred to have seen screws in an engineer bracelet. Now, I always have to remove links from a bracelet, and this bracelet has pins and these little caps that you have to use to secure the links. Now, the website does a good job of helping walk you through how to put the pins back in, but I'm not gonna lie. I just thought it was a pain, and I could have done without it. The other thing that bugged my OCD type personality was the gap that there is on the inner side of the buckle between the clasp and the bracelet. So once my blood pressure came back down from changing the pins and I actually got to wear the bracelet, well, I loved it. And it's actually one of my favorites now. I just don't want to mess with the links ever again. Now, this is a solid feeling bracelet that is super comfortable and has a very solid clasp with a nice touch of perlage that you get to enjoy when you take your watch on and off, which I thought was pretty nice. So why would I get this bracelet, which is currently $53.54? Well, I think this bracelet is a good option for those that don't want to spend the extra money on a strap coat option, but you want a similar look. Plus, this bracelet has the added bonus of being worn on both your 20 and 22 millimeter lug width watches, making it pretty much two bracelets for the price of one. Now, this is just a very small sample of bracelets that WatchGecko have available on their website, which you guys and gals should definitely check out. And don't forget to use the promo code cgwatchfam to get your 10% off anything you decide to pick up. Now, if you guys have any questions or thoughts on these, let me know and I'll definitely get back to you. And if you have any questions for WatchGecko, you can post them below as well and they will get back to you. Now, I'd love to hear which one of these you guys like the most, and make sure you keep an eye out on the channel Facebook page and my Instagram for details on how to win yourself some of these bracelets. If you enjoyed this video or found it useful, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. And if this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. That's it for this one. CG, out.